Well, hello. I'm back from Scotland, and boy, did I have a lovely time. I better say hello to all returning viewers, hello to new subscribers. I'm getting some lovely new subscribers from America and New Zealand and Australia, and it's a joy. My friend is a brilliant crafter, Heather, and I stayed with her mum, who's a brilliant crafter, and her sister visited every day, who's a brilliant crafter. So we've had a crafty time. Also, I love nature as well as much as I love crafting, and we got out every day. They live in a town, Perth, but I got out every day into the countryside, which was lovely. And so, yeah, I've been blessed just for a few days. The journey, I love it. I get on the train to St Pancras and then I just walk across to King's Cross. The train's going up to Scotland, up, huge seats, very comfortable. And Perth is about an hour and 20 minutes on past Edinburgh. So we got there and back absolutely fine. Had a lovely, 3 days I had there. And now I've come back and I'm just getting tidied up and ready because tomorrow I've got a visit from my aunt in Ireland, who lives in Ireland, Anne, and she's coming with her son. I'm going to talk about this morning what I bought and what I acquired in Scotland, and then I'm going to put up a little film. Oh, I do a little interview with my friend's mum. I call her Dolly. She calls me Peg, which is quite funny, and her name's Dorothy, and I just interview her, just a short one. Which is lovely. And when Pete watched it, he said, "Oh, she's so like your mum." And I think if my mum could get together with her, which is impossible now, but if they could, they would have been best of friends. So where shall we start? Shall I show you what I did? Because last video, I just showed you what I was crafting. It's going to be higgledy-piggledy, I can feel it. Let me get this out the way, and then I'll tell you about the film and about the little bit I filmed with Dorothy. Okay, so I took new baby. I've got a new great-grandson who's arriving in February. My granddaughter's not that well. She's got low blood pressure, not too much iron apparently, and she's feeling faint. So my daughter's got my great-granddaughter rather a lot looking after her, and she has this umbrella. I'll put the photo up here. She has this umbrella that she's so thrilled with, she doesn't put it down. And boy, have we had some rain in England here. Boy, have we had some rain. And the umbrella's up in the car. So that's gorgeous. Well, she's going to get a new brother in February. And I took away a little V-neck that I was knitting for him. And this is it. I got it finished. It's lovely wool. It's got a beautiful twist to it. Mila Mila, I think it's called. And yeah, I'm pleased with that. I think she will be too. So that got finished. That's a real lovely navy. So that got finished and I've washed that and it's washed up lovely. Yeah, so that did. I was pleased with that. What else did I get done? I got Pete's socks done. He put them on last night. So, yeah, I got the sock done and the other sock done. I tend to like them the same. And as you can see, yeah, we're fine with that. So I was pleased with that. And one of my viewers said she'd used the wool to knit her husband a hat. Some years ago when she was in England as well. So yes, I'm pleased with that. So I got the socks done. And then I got my mum's macaron finished. I'm nipping round there this afternoon and I'm going to give it to her. And I want her to keep, well, I'd like her if she wants to keep her rings in it. And that's it. It's a bit Scottish, isn't it? The colours. So I finished that for her. Oh, that's it. Liberty inside. By the way, this is the same jumper as I was wearing on when I did the film last week. That was a blue one. This is a pink one. I just love them. They're super. So that's Mum's. I'm nipping round to give her that later. So I got that done. I also, if you look out in the little film, I did a little macaron. I can hear boom, boom, boom. Pete's got the, he loves his music, so it's booming. It feels like a heartbeat. Anyway, I did a Dorothy one. So if you're going to watch the film, when you watch the film, let's put it like that, there's a little one with a watering can on. So I finished that one for Dorothy as a present. She's got her rings in it. And then I taught my friend Heather how to make them. And she sent off for a whole load of supplies. And she absolutely loves them because they're so good. If you don't have to embroider them, you can just do little bits of fabric if you want. And so that's in the film as well. Dorothy, that's I call her Dolly, but anyway, Dorothy bought a tin of shortbread fingers for Mum, so I'm going to give her that. So that's on Mum's pile. I bought her, to go with the fingers, can you see that? Is there a reflection? There we are. Scottish Red Squirrel, Rendale Designs by Hannah Dale. I think she's quite famous. Oops, I've got light trouble, haven't I? There we are. So that I thought was Scottish. So they're to go with the shortbreads. And Mum comes round every Saturday, and what we have is a shortbread finger with our cup of coffee. And I thought that'd be a nice little tin. So Dorothy bought her that. I bought her the napkins. And then I bought her Heather's sister, Sharon, who you'll see on my little film. She makes jewellery. And I bought this for Mum because I thought it would go with her, the clothes she wears. It's really pretty. And she's put a nice, magnet on, so Mum doesn't have to see to do it up. And that can go round twice or just long. Mum will have it long, I think. But it's very pretty. And these little ones here sparkle away. So that's from me to Mum. But Heather's sister Sharon made it. She also puts the jewellery in beautiful little boxes. And then Dorothy made Mum decoupage. She does beautiful decoupage. Can you see that without a reflection? It's quite hard. There we are. Probably see it just as well there. So that's going round to Mum's as well. So some lovely presents. I bought Pete some aftershave, which he likes. Scottish aftershave. And, oh, Sharon made me a necklace. I'll just get it. And very kindly, she put a magnetic, and that is a sparkly one. This really does catch the light. Little black beads in between. So I was thrilled with that. That's what we bought. I'm in my crafty corner here upstairs because I am. So I'll show you this train journey up, and then I'll show you the bits that are on Dorothy's wall. Lots of cross stitches and decoupage. And then I'll show you what we did on day 1 and day 2 and day 3. And then a little bit of the journey back. We didn't have any rain. I think they've had it, well, as we left, it started raining. So Dorothy won't mind me telling you, but she had a stroke and she's done remarkably well. And on the little bit where I interview her, she says she can't pick up her violin because she's an accomplished violinist, with the Scottish dancing and all of that, And yeah, she's done it since she was a little girl and taken part in competitions, as she tells you. But she says, I can't pick it up now. So that night we were sitting there. I said, let's see this violin. Got it out the case. She got a tune out of it. So she's thrilled to bits. And we've left it out so that she can she can practice, so that, as she said, when I go up there next, she'll be able to play me one of her reels. What else do I need to tell you? We saw a goosander, and they're a lovely duck. They've got a saw bill, and that's for catching little fish. They like the river, and that's the River Tay. So we saw a female and a male. Took us a bit of a while just to agree on what it was we saw, but it was a male and female goosander, and they like to be near trees because they lay their eggs in the hollow in a tree, and then, have you seen it on the wildlife programs? As they hatch, the little ducklings drop down from the tree, and then the mother ferries them to the water. They just have little insects and that on the first day, but I was reading up and it said, by the second day, third day, they can catch small little fish, and mummy looks after them. They've got these saw bill so that they can get the fish. They're rather splendid. So I was pleased to see them, because I don't see those every day of the week. What else? Oh yes, Dorothy talks about she used to make kilts, and she was taught how to do it. And I looked that up because she said, you don't just do like a 2-inch pleat, 2-inch pleat, 2-inch pleat. And I read that if it's the military, they do the pleats so all the stripes of the tartan are even. So Dorothy said it could be a big pleat and then a small pleat. Not how I imagined it. But if it's not the military, then it's done to the tartan. So the pleats are set so that you see the pattern of the tartan. So she was trained to do that. So I looked that up as well. So that was quite interesting, pleating a kilt. What else? Everything was fine when I got back. We did have a bit of a disaster because a little bit of roofing needed to be done, and yes, electric cable got cut through, and Pete was left to deal with that on his own. Anyway, it was all sorted. My daughter sorted it all out, and all's well. So that's fine. Lois's partner did that for him, and that, that electric lead should no way have been left where it was. So we were quite pleased to find it and to know where it is now, but not on the day. It wasn't good. So that was a bit of a drama while I was away, and I was glad to miss that. Mum's fine, so I'm going round to see her today, and we'll see if we can get a film done for next week. If not, I'm going to see you when I see you, and I hope you enjoy the film and the little interview, and I'll see you next time. So I'm going to say goodbye here. Cheerio. I'm talking to, well, I call you Dolly, don't I? But your name's Dorothy. I'm talking to Dorothy, my friend's mum, and that's whom I'm staying with. And we've had a super crafty few days. And I want Dorothy to show you. She was telling me, in 1959, you were married. Where was your husband?
In the Air Force.
In the Air Force. Right. And you lived in a tiny, tiny village.
That's right.
Yeah. Didn't have a shop or?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Just little houses.
Yeah. But tell me, when you left school, Dorothy, what did you do for work?
Well, I trained as a tailoress.
A tailoress. So Dorothy's sewing skills are beautiful because you were trained. You told me you had to do the buttonhole.
Oh, yeah.
And, you couldn't go on until you'd done the buttonhole. And
you had to get a perfect buttonhole before they let you do anything else.
Right. And then did you make kilts?
I did.
Yeah.
I had a lady train me in kilt making because it is an art. It's not just pleating.
Yeah.
You have to have the tartan running when the pleats are done and the kilt spread out. The tartan is still the same. It's not.
Oh, so it still looks the same pattern?
Yes, it's the same.
Ah, that is an art.
Yes,
and you were trained
it's all
in that?
hand sewn. There's no machining. I don't know about today, but I'm talking about, what,
Yes.
60 years ago?
Right. So you hand sewed kilts and made them look like the tartan.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
And you did Scottish dancing, didn't you?
Oh, yes.
Trained as a Scottish dancer.
Yes, we were into everything as
Yeah.
kids.
And you also play the
violin.
violin.
Yes.
So
Can't hold it up now.
no, but you did when you could. And
oh, yes, I
you,
loved
your
it.
competitions.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Not celebrity things, but you know, it's just being real in Scotland was on the go, and the mod every year in Perth, and we went all over the place, and it was such fun. It really was. It wasn't a very serious thing. It was really lovely, and I'm still in touch with some of the ones.
That's lovely.
Liz and that,
and we got Hamish here because you were inspired by my makes, weren't you, from the book? And so created Hamish, who's absolutely gorgeous, and Heather, my friend, your daughter, made Katrina.
Katrina the lamb.
with the little bobbles, yeah. She's absolutely gorgeous. So the reason that what you're going to show me is this embroidery, and you said you were living in this little tiny village in Cambridgeshire.
Yes.
And
nothing. At that time, there was nothing there. Right. No shops, no post office, nothing.
Nothing.
And I was so bored.
Yes.
And lonely.
Yeah. Your husband was in the RAF.
Yes, and he was away all day on camp.
Yes.
And I was bored and lonely, and I sent for this sewing kit.
Yeah.
From the Woman's Own of July 1959.
Right. And it's gold crests on
Hawthorn, I think.
On you.
Oh.
Yeah, gold crests on you.
You branch.
That's it. Here we are. This is the picture, yeah. And it tells you what you can do with it. Look, it's saying you could put it on a screen, put it on a table, frame it in photograph. It's giving you ideas. Well, that was the thing in 1959, wasn't it? And so you did it, and I know you told me that you didn't think much of it, as we often do. We don't think much of our own things, do we? But come getting it out the cupboard, it's no bad.
Well, I did it, and I thought, no, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
No, it's not really good enough.
Yeah.
And I abandoned it.
Wait till you see it.
And then years later, when I came across it by chance, I thought, wow, that's nae bad.
That's nae bad. Yes, here it is. What beautiful stitches. Gold crests on you. And so now you've got the incentive to maybe finish it, haven't you?
Yes.
I mean, because it's an heirloom, it's a treasure going right back then.
That's right.
And we were saying, weren't we, that when you create something and you look at it, you think about what was going on in your life at that time.
Yeah.
This takes you back. We then sat and reminisced for quite a while, didn't we? It takes you back.
Yeah.
Last night, it takes you back with all the memories, but you couldn't improve on those. I don't think you could improve on those stitches. They're beautiful. You've got the envelope, haven't you? You've got the envelope.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. So I
you
think
have to send it's a bit tattered over.
Yeah.
That's my writing.
Yeah,
so
stamped addressed.
Stamps.
Stamped addressed envelope, 17th of September 1959, and you had to put 4 pence on the envelope, 4 old pence. Yeah. So I'm going to take some photographs of the things that you've created, and you know, Heather, my friend, and well, now I've met your other daughter, Sharon, and she's a beautiful crafter too. So we've mainly gone out in the morning, and then we come back and done crafting. and had late nights, haven't we? And chatted and chatted. So thanks, Dorothy. So I'll put the film up next. Yeah. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Your head